Hey everybody, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 5 of the MiniArt US Armoured tractor or a bulldozer in 1/35th scale. Got enough parts cleaned up for another 4 steps today. I made a slight mistake yesterday, or I should say in the last video. I put one pipe facing in the wrong direction. I put it in horizontally where it should have gone vertically. But I'll show you. We go down to the bench. I'll put pictures up of before and after so you can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go down to the bench and see if we can get something done. All right? Be right back. Thanks. Okay, here's the pieces for the next 4 steps laid out here. Spent quite a bit of time this morning cleaning them up. There's some really, really tiny little pieces in here. Very, very tiny stuff. Very thin stuff. This had like 5 or 6 connection points on it. I had to clean up. Let me show you real quick before we get too far where I made that mistake. And I'll put some pictures up, but there's a pipe. This lower radiator hose. The instructions I had showed it coming from here straight out instead of straight down. I'll put some pictures up before and after. Okay, we'll do that here real quick. Okay, as you can see on the left, that's the before, and on the right, that's the after. Okay, let's take a look at the instructions real quick. Hey, we're going to start with step 13. Now the way I saw that problem was right here. This pipe here is the one that we're talking about. And from the pictures I saw in the previous instructions, from this connecting point it came straight out where it actually goes down, and then it goes through this bracket here. So it was pretty simple just to put a little more glue to it and soften the joint up and take it off, turn it and put it back on. Wasn't a big deal, but was my mistake. So we need to put this tank together and let it get firmed up, and then on the next step we have the transmission case that we need to put together and get firmed up. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, then we'll let things kind of set up. So here's our little, grab the right tweezers that I want here. Here's our pieces. Oh, I've been doing that today. Here's our pieces for our tank. Okay. Let me grab my blue tack or white tack. Sometimes it's easier to lay a piece on there. Yeah, then I've still got to sand the connecting points and stuff off the back of that. Kind of move some things around a little bit. I'm still experimenting. Turn it over. Okay. Touch it a little more. you get any glue on white tack, it really gets gummy. Clean it up a little bit here. That'll be fine. That'll clean up. Okay, let's go ahead and add the base to this. Make sure I'm doing it in the right direction. Good question here. Goes like so. I may have sanded off one of the connection points there. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep you on camera. It'll sit like this. It should have a little tab sticking out there that'll go into the back of the engine block. Okay, let's leave that alone for a little while. The fan belts, they're supposed to be actually two fan belts side by side. They're molded to where they're really close together, but I'm just going to glue top and bottom where you can kind of still see the seam in there. See what we can do here. Okay. I don't want to squeeze them together because it's supposed to be two separate belts, even though they're real close together. Okay, let's give that a little bit of time, and then we'll work on the transmission here. Trying to make sure I'm under the camera. Got some really tiny pieces here. This and this go on top once it's all together, and that'll go on the side. So let's put the sides together first. Whoops. The top is open, so I didn't really need to glue that yet. Just basically glue it there and here. Okay, and I haven't sanded the connection points yet. Generally when I've got something like this, I do that after I assemble it, just to make sure I don't make a real crooked surface or something there. Okay. And then we've got this goes on the back. So. We'll give it just a second. Okay, kind of an odd shape. And then this is the top. So now we need to glue it here. trying to make sure that everything is centered, and I got little glue where I didn't want it. Pull that together. Okay. Got a couple little gaps there that I might need to do a little filling. For the most part, it looks pretty good. Okay. And then we've got this. Go here to making sure I put it on the right direction. Okay. Just orienting things. Yep, that's the way that goes. Okay, then we have a couple of things that go on top here. This will go right here. Something along those lines. Oh, goes over here. Okay. Just like that. Okay. I'm sure that connects to something else down the road. Then we've got this, a filler or a vent or something. And I believe that way it goes is toward the back. I might have to turn it. Okay. That's the transmission. It's going to take a little bit of cleanup work, but that's fine. That looks pretty good. Okay. Set that aside. This is the radiator. The radiator is not really going to be seen. It's kind of a shame, but I'll sand the edges and stuff anyway. But it's going to go inside the steel front to where you really can't see it. It might be easiest just to do it from the side. Let's see. Okay, there's supposed to be a, I'm not sure if this is a cooler, like an oil cooler that goes in front of it, like so. None of this is ever going to be seen once it's finished. Make sure that I'm getting that on the correct direction. Yep, these little things go to the bottom. But like I say, nothing's going to be seen. It's going to go inside of a bunch of other parts. Okay, and that I've already bent. I'm going to break it off. I think it's like an overflow for the radiator, or maybe it's a drain. Just put a little glue on it and hopefully that'll kind of firm it up again. Okay, I'm going to leave that be for a while. That finishes that. Just seeing what we've got to work with here. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to see what I can still do before things kind of firm up. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'll sand these and then I'll come back and we'll attach them, okay? I'll see you in a few minutes, okay? Bye. Okay, I've got the seams all sanded on this little tank. So I'll put that on in a minute. First I wanted to install this little pipe. And it's going to run from a connection back here to the bottom of this tank. I test fitted it earlier. I was really fiddly getting it in. We'll see how we do this time. Pretty tricky. Okay, there's where it goes on the tank. It's pretty close. Let me put a little glue on here. Here's Jordan. Hi, Jordan. He's looking for some attention. Okay, hang on a minute. I'll be right back. He ran off before I had a chance to pick him up. Anyway, we've got that little pipe in. Looks like it fits just like it's supposed to. And then we've got this little tank that goes above it. It'll sit right here. Going in the hole quite tight. There we go. Make sure it's somewhat square. Okay. Then we have this. This is what made me figure out that the pipe was in the wrong place, because it's supposed to go just like this. I've got a little bit of gap there where I got carried away sanding on my on the bottom of the engine, or this timing chain cover, but I don't think any of it's going to be seen. Okay, that goes like that. And then this goes here. And we don't want to glue this down. So we have to be real careful. Very, very, very sparing with the glue. Almost there. See, that's still free. So I'm assuming that they'll need a little bit of adjustment when it comes to setting the engine in the frame. So we don't want to get that tight. So that's got that. And then we've got a fan to put on. This fan's real fragile. Actually, one of the blades was broken. I was able to get it back together and pretty well get it back into alignment. Just look at it from all sides. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see, that's going to complete step 13. And 14 is the transmission. And it'll go here. But I'm not ready to put it on yet. I've got a little cleanup work to do before I do that. Okay. So let's see, what 15 is the radiator. So we're good on that. And we've got a few little parts here for 16 that we can put on. Okay. And let's see, it's getting hard to hold this. So many delicate little parts. We've got, this is C90. And it'll go down here. Connects there and right there. Okay. Doesn't seem to quite, it's at slight angle. I wondered about this. Hang on a second. There's a little bit of a, it's kind of hard to explain, but the surface here is not flat. I think it should be. Okay. Let's try that again. Get that hair out of there. Still kind of sets at a funny angle. I would think it would set straight. But it kind of angles out. Let's see how the piece that attaches to it fits. So it's going to go here. Getting really difficult to hold. And that seems to fit it, so I'm going to leave it like that. Although, this is where the frame attaches right here. So that should be to the inside of that frame. I'm going to look ahead real quick. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, looking ahead, this should set just to the inside of the frame, and this is the frame connecting point here. So this needs to go in maybe a millimeter. So this connecting bracket needs to be trimmed back. Let's see if that's enough. I don't want to have an interference problem later. It's still a little bit too much. Let's go some more. Okay, that's got to be enough. Let's get it on here and see what we get. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that's better. And then we'll put this on and it should be okay. Yeah, that just clears. Should be straighter, I think. Not sure just what that is. Might be part of a governor or something. It should be fairly straight up and down. Yeah, I broke that off before and it looks like it's a little bit crooked now. Okay, couple more pieces real quick here. We've got this little tank, and I'm trying to figure out which way is the front, and it's going to go right there. Okay. Too much glue. Whoops. Okay. And there's another piece goes on top of that, but I'm going to wait a minute to let that firm up. Then we've got a piece here that goes on the back of this pipe. If I can hold this thing. Okay, and then this goes here. Something like that. Just like this. Okay, let's put a little glue on there. Okay, and then we have that one little piece that goes on there, and it's right here. And it's going to sit on top. Okay, that looks like the picture. Got a hair right there. That's gonna about do it for today, guys. That'll be with the transmission on there. I've got to do a little cleanup on some of the seams on this. But that should do it for today. All right. Well, I'll put some more pictures up at the end. But thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Okay. Bye-bye.